Good morning, good morning. Welcome to South Philadelphia Community Radio, giving you another edition of the 623 radio show. We got some very special guests today. As you guys know, we have our big rally tomorrow at 15 East Oregon Avenue. The company has decided that, the profits, as always, are more important than the people. They want to take the money away from the people who got them those profits. So today we have two special guests. And the reason why I asked them to do this for me today is because one is a part-timer, one is a full-time package car driver. And there's always been I want to say beef, but there's always been a divide between the full-timer and the part-timer, especially when you talk about wages. There has been some words about, this doesn't affect me. Why should I care? I've been here a long time. I'm already getting mine. That's on them from not getting theirs. Well, the company wins with that attitude. And that's why I asked these two brothers here to come, because one, again, is a part-timer. One is a full-timer. One is, the classification is the face of the company, which would be the driver. But we don't talk about the backbone of the company, which is the part-time worker. So we have Anthony Servillo. He is a full-time package car driver. And we have Ryan Boyd, who is a part-timer at the PHL facility. So, Anthony, would you tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
How you doing? My name's Anthony Servillo. Living in South Philly. Been at UPS now for 10 years. Package car driver going on 6 years. Love my job. I just want to thank Richard for having me on today.
All right, Ryan?
Yeah, hello everyone. My name is Ryan Boyd. I am the day ramp shop steward at PHL. I'm one of three shop stewards under day ramp division. There's myself, Eric Nolte in fueling, and Rodney Davis in the cartage department. I've been part-time my whole career at UPS. I've been there a little over 20 years. Part-time has always been a good fit for me because I had other stuff going on outside of work, but I certainly know the challenges of being part-time, the way your hours can fluctuate, the challenges of, despite having very good health benefits, just maybe not having enough money coming in on a given week. So there's always been this tension, like Rich was saying, between in the union between the full-timers and the part-timers, but we have to overcome that because we're all in this together, and we're not going to be able to get what we want out of the next contract if we're too divided over some of these fundamental things.
Absolutely, and that's what this rally is all about, is showing the company that we are unified. No matter if you're part-time, no matter if you're full-time, no matter if you're a package car driver, no matter if you work on the ramp, no matter if you work on Oregon Avenue, no matter if you work at the airport, no matter if you've been there 30-plus years or you just made book seniority, no matter if you're a 22-2 or if you're a 22-3. This rally is about showing the company that all of us are unified. We have about 2,000 signatures. There's going to be a lot of people tomorrow out there at this rally. I'm talking about not only our members, but members from other unions. You're going to have city and state politicians. You're going to have people who are not unionized, who are looking to be in a union. And what better way to show those non-union workers the power of a collective voice than to be out there at that rally? So I got to ask both of you gentlemen here, what do you want to tell our members here at 6230 why this is important? Especially you being a package car driver, you being a part-timer. Why is this so important? Starting with you.
Like you said earlier, everybody looks at the drivers as the face of the company. And I see why people would think that, but without the part-timers, there's no us. There's no, my truck isn't, if I go to work and my truck isn't loaded, I can't do my job. Now for the packages to get there, for the part-time, the preload, to load the trucks, you have the guys unloading the trucks. You also have the outbound, you have everything revolves around the part-timers at this company. It's crazy that nobody understands that they truly are the backbone of this company.
Right.
There's the way that my truck gets loaded is from them. Like from the unload to it's everything revolves around them.
Right. And they make your job a lot easier.
Absolutely.
And so Ryan, why is this important to you?
Well, it's like something you said at the union meeting on Sunday. The part-timers, people don't realize they make up like 75% of our union membership, right? So they're critical. Their involvement, their investment in the union and in these issues is critical to accomplishing anything for us all. And with this particular issue, the market rate adjustment, the union officers, the BAs, the stewards, we did everything we could to fight it in a legal way, to go through the grievance procedure, to try to get it addressed through the contract language. But we weren't able to do that for various reasons, and we can go into that. We talked a lot about it at the union meeting for anyone who was there. It was a very good discussion with some of our attorneys who represent us. They talked about why it's so difficult to fight legally. But what happens is once your legal options are closed off, you have to go to the streets and you have to use your members to create that leverage to get what you want on issues like this. And that's why we're having this rally tomorrow. That's why we've been at the gates for the past month getting signatures, getting the members educated and involved on this issue, because they're the ones that are going to make this happen now. And so, any members who have been coming up to me saying, what are we doing about this? What are you guys doing? It's your turn to make it happen. And so, we really hope that we will see lots of you out there tomorrow at our rally.
Absolutely. And I want to pick it back off something you said. Now is the time for everybody to get involved. There's no more, well, what is the union going to do about it? Well, here's an activity right here. We've been out there for over a month getting signatures. We've been talking about it at our union meetings. We've been talking about it amongst, the members in passing. We've been talking about it in shop talk. Here it is. Because I can tell you right now, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen tomorrow. You're going to have a lot of brass at UPS. They're going to come down. They're going to stand across the street. They're going to be looking over at us. They're going to be looking to see how many people are there. They're going to be looking to see what is our message. They're going to be looking to see, are we really unified, or is this just a show because we're upset and we're mad and we don't like what the company is doing? They want to see, can they take us seriously? Because myself, Ryan Boyd, Anthony Cervillo, the rest of our shop stewards, the rest of our E-board and BAs, we can only do so much. The strength comes from our membership. That's what the power has always been. Unfortunately, over the last few years, our members have felt powerless because of some things that have happened in contract negotiations, due various situations that come up within different locals. But now is the time that you can actually see that your union dues are working for you. But you also have to work for you as well. If they just see myself, Ryan Boyd, and Cervillo out there screaming and yelling, they're going to laugh. Oh, man, them guys don't know what they're doing. They don't have any support. But when they see the 2,000 signatures, when they see the hundreds of people that's going to be on the other side of the street, they're going to think, you know what? We're going to have to take these guys serious. Because if not, guess what's going to happen next year? Because for all those who don't know, next year, it's going to be make or break. Our contract is up, and this is going to be a prequel to what could happen next year. They need to know that we're prepared to walk the street. They need to know that we're prepared to yell and scream. But it's going to take every member that's watching this, it's going to watch it later, who's listening on the radio. It's going to take everybody that's out there tomorrow. Again, we have a special guest coming tomorrow. I just picked them up from the airport before I got here. Listen, this is really, really big. This is bigger than anybody could imagine, and we are hoping that you come out. The weather's going to be a little cool, but it's not going to be bad. It's not going to be raining. Come out. Bring your kids. Bring your grandma. Bring your grandpa. Bring everybody. So, to you two gentlemen, I kind of want to ask this question. So, what have you been hearing throughout the local on this issue? The good, the bad, and the ugly. What are people saying?
Guys they're a little aggravated right now.
Yeah.
Here from the ground floor, they losing a lot of money.
Right.
These guys were kind of dependent on that. They were living off that for the past couple months, and then just take it away from them without even
telling
warning.
them.
No
And
warning.
that's the thing about it.
Yeah.
See, in other locals, and I'll tell you guys this, in other locals, they were actually just getting it for peak season. But in our local, they actually started it back in May. So you're talking about members who have been coming to work, making $4 or $2 extra pertaining to the shift a week, per hour per week. And now all of a sudden, no warning. No, paper. No, it's not posted in, the board. It's not communicated at the PCM. Just take it from you. And we'll talk about that tomorrow too. I'm not going to put all our cards on the table here, but we found out some things about that. We'll be talking about that at the rally tomorrow. But they just have no respect for our workers.
It's really mind-boggling because there isn't even an explanation in the economy. Because initially they were saying, well, we'll do this market rate adjustment because we got this really tight labor market. We're competing with other companies. Everyone needs workers. And then, maybe once the economy gets better and that changes, then, we'll bring it back. But that didn't change. Nothing changed. The pandemic got worse. Omicron really hit hard. And then they took it away, and it doesn't even seem like for their own self-interest, it doesn't even make any sense because now people are walking. I had a guy, I remember, he'd been there 8 years. He's a great guy. He's like one of our veteran, part-timers. He said he's done. He's going to work for an automotive shop near him that's offering full-time. And I had another member who had been hired during peak, and she came to me with, her paycheck, and she said, I don't understand why I'm making $2 less all of a sudden. They were paying me this rate, and then they decided, what they told me was they were going to keep me on, and my pay wouldn't change. Nothing would change. I just had to do the paperwork to stay on. And I said, well, I had to explain to her why she got the pay cut. So it's just it's not even just that legally UPS can do this. It's just such it's a slap in the face. It's a moral issue. You're taking money out of people's pockets at a difficult time, and people who aren't making, probably enough to really thrive in the first place. So it's just it's offensive in many, many ways.
It is. And then for the CEO to get on TV, and she says, our profit margin, we are ahead of schedule by a year. We're going to give our shareholders more dividends. And then the very next day, they take the money from the people who allowed them all that success.
Yes, yeah, directly. I mean, that's the whole reason they had those profits. These people were working through the pandemic.
You don't get those profits without us.
Yeah.
It does not happen. But they're just so arrogant and cocky and just so disrespectful to the workers that they just don't care. But that's why this rally is so important. It is so important that we show them that this is it. This is the line in the sand. You done disrespected us for the last time because, again, next year is a big, big year. If we don't start standing together now, UPS will continue to do this. And we always complain and we always get mad about the part-timers not participating. And these are some of the things why, because we don't fight for them. We don't show up for them, so they're not going to show up for us. And that's why it was very, very important to us as a local, because, again, our local is made up of 99.9% UPS workers, and 70% of those workers are part-time. So if we don't say something, if we don't get involved, if we don't fight back, then we are just as much as to blame as UPS is. And I don't want our members here at 623 to ever think that we don't have their back. No matter who you are, what classification you're in, how many years you got in, we are all in this together. All of us, we got your back. And you're going to see that tomorrow. So after tomorrow, I want you guys to walk away from that rally with a sense of pride and a sense of urgency to know that you can fight back and you can win. But it starts right here. It starts in the hub. It starts at Oregon Avenue. It starts out on the ramp. Wherever you work at, that's where it starts. And come to the union meetings. Our last union meeting this past Sunday was fantastic. I mean, did you guys?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think and it's funny because, then I go back to work and people are asking me, hey, what's up with this market rate adjustment? I'm like, hey, we just spent like an hour and a half discussing all this stuff, really good information. Like I was saying, lots of good info from our attorneys on how difficult this issue has been for various Teamsters locals, not just our Teamster local, but like all across the country. Teamster locals have been fighting UPS on this issue, and no one has been able to win through the grievance procedure yet. And so our attorneys are working really hard to try to find another angle, maybe some other way they can, look at this thing to get traction that way. But this is it. Like we gotta put UPS on blast. We gotta get out there. It's gotta be a big social media. Attract other media. Just get them to be ashamed of what they've been doing.
Right, absolutely. And let's go back. So let's talk about what that is, a market rate adjustment, or the MRA. So the MRA is implemented whenever a company is trying to increase wages for their workers because of, hiring needs or whatever the case may be. So way back in May of 2021, the company was crying about not being able to hire people because, Amazon is right next door to the Oregon Avenue building. And so Amazon was hiring at a higher rate. And so they felt, the necessity to raise the wages, which they did. And the contract does say that the rates in the contract are at a minimum. So when they came to us talking about, hey, we're going to do this, contractually they can. So they did. And a lot of people, they get confused. They want to say this is a seasonal bonus. But you got to understand, this happened in 623 way back in May. So you're talking about May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, and January. 9 months. I've been able to make more money for my family. The single mother's been able to make more for their family. The father, the kid, everybody benefited from this market rate adjustment, except for our veterans. And this is where I got to talk to our veterans, like Ryan Boyd here, who's a veteran part-timer, who is not, not one time did I hear him say, oh, man, I'm not getting anything from this market rate. Why am I going to fight? Because he realizes, and we need other veteran part-timers to realize, that this affects you too. Because I did some research and I found out that I believe it was a local out in the West Coast, I believe Seattle, if I read this right. They were coming after the 223s and trying to lay them off and all these kinds of things. So today it's the part-timers. Tomorrow it could be you. That's why it is important for everybody to work together on this. It's coming. It's coming. That's why they need to see everybody in every fight, no matter if it pertains to you or not. We are a union. I say this thing all the time. One union, one family. All of us are in this thing together. So when they put this MRA thing together and put it on our membership, we knew it was going to be an issue because our veterans, they felt some type of way, which they should. They've been here a long time. Why aren't they getting anything? This is why you guys need to come out to this rally because, again, 2023 is coming. This will be your opportunity to get something. But they need to see you out there fighting. If they don't see you fighting, they don't even care. UPS, I'm going to tell you something. They do not care about the Teamsters at all. All they see from us is pension funds, pension contributions, and the high wages. That's all they see. They see us as a financial liability. That's why they do us the way they do us. But we got to fight back. We got to. So to piggyback, go back on my MRA. So in May, they started it. It's been going on for 9 months. Now they're taking it away. They didn't tell anybody from the workforce. They told the union, but we don't work for UPS. The members do. So they actually did more harm than good by not telling them. Because, and again, we'll talk about it tomorrow. I don't want to put all our cards on the table, but we'll talk about it at the rally. But I just want our veterans to understand this. It could have happened to you. That's why we got to fight this thing. Everybody got to fight. That's why it was important for me to do this show today with Anthony and Ryan, 2 different classifications, 2 different buildings, but one goal, to make sure that we send the company a message. It is very, very important that they see you out there. You know, come out there after you get off of work. It's going to be at 7:30. We're going to be out there from 7:30 to about 9:30, 10 o'clock. If you're a driver, come in a little early. Come out there and stand with us. If you're a part-timer just getting off of work, from PHL, drive on over to Oregon Avenue. If you're a part-timer or full-timer at Oregon Avenue and you get off of work around 8:30, we'll still be out there. Come on out there. All right? It's very, very important that you do so. So I got to ask you 2 gentlemen this question, too, about next year. How important do you think this rally tomorrow is for next year?
I truly believe this rally tomorrow has a direct effect on what happens next year.
I agree. I totally agree with that.
This shows the company, all of us together, that we're not standing for what happened in the past.
Right.
We need to come together as one and fight for our rights.
Right. I agree.
Yeah, and this issue's not going to go away. You
No.
know, I mean, UPS is really behind the times on its starting wages. You know, there's no like major corporation in this industry now that's hiring, you know, as low as that. You know, at least as far as Amazon and some of the other big enterprises. So we either address this now and get it resolved, or, and this is what I tell the higher seniority people who are like, well, how does this affect me? Like, if we don't resolve this now and get UPS to see that this is like the best thing to do for them, just to staff their operation for their own like self-interest, then we got to fight the same thing, you know, at contract time when we could be using our resources to work on other issues that we want to work on that are, you know, that apply to everybody and impact, you know, senior people, the 22-4 stuff, you know, the one punch rule, all this stuff.
Yeah.
If they're really critical issues, but we gotta, you know, we have like, you know, a certain amount of firepower to go in there, and we gotta like decide what our focus is going to be. And if we're fighting over like, you know, our people who are new hires, you know, if they're going to get jerked around from 15 to 17, we have to fight about all that. Then we're just like, you know, we're not really focused on some of these other big ticket issues.
Right. I agree. So again, to pick it back off next year, we've been telling our local here, put some money aside. We talked about it on Sunday at Sunday's general membership meeting. Put some money aside. Listen, this CEO, man, she rough, man. She's not fearful of the Teamsters. And I know we have a new regime coming in on the 22nd of March, but I can tell you that UPS, Carol Toomey and her crew, they could care less of who was in DC. We have to make them care. Not just about who's in DC, but who's at 623, who's at 804, who's at 705, who's at 89 and 502 and all these other locals. They need to care that if you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. That's the importance of this rally, because it's not just going to be Teamsters there. It's going to be SCIU. It's going to be public sector workers. It's going to be AFSCME, AFL-CIO. It's going to be, again, state politicians, local politicians. Every worker is going to be out there, and we need everybody out there. Raise your voice, yell, scream, because they're going to be taking note. They're going to be watching. They watch for stuff like this. They want to see how strong we are on this issue. If we go out there, man, it's only like 10, 15 people. They may put another MRA out there, and cut it the next day and don't tell nobody. Who knows what they may do, but that's why this is important. It's important for us to be, united. It's important for us to show solidarity. It's important for us to be together. Every classification. So, Anthony, what would you tell all of your package car brothers and sisters about this rally? What would you tell them? Because it doesn't affect them, but what would you tell them to encourage them to come out?
It does affect. It affects everybody. Everybody needs to show up. We all need to come together, come out. I want all my package car drivers to be there, standing side by side with your brothers and sisters, and fighting for them. It affects everybody.
Yeah, Absolutely. Absolutely. And listen, at the airport, you know, and this is why this company is a master at divide and conquer. So what they did is they left certain MRAs in place for the preload at PHL, the night ramp at PHL, and the night hub at PHL. Those are the only shifts that kept it. At Oregon Avenue, they gave them bonuses, but no wage increases. So now it looks like, especially from a union or a member standpoint, Hooker, you know, the EBU, what are you guys doing? You're letting them do this at the airport, but you're not fighting for us over here at Oregon Avenue. So me and Anthony fighting, because I'm from PHL, he's from Oregon Avenue. We fighting each other, and Carol Tomei gets on TV. Hey man, we gonna give our stockholders more dividend shares. We're way ahead of schedule with our profits. You and I are fighting. They win.
Exactly.
They're taking all that money to the bank, and we're fighting. And that's what
Amongst
they
each
want.
other, and we shouldn't. We should be
right.
together.
All of us in here fighting,
Yes.
and they're just cashing the checks. They laughing at us. Ha ha ha. You see what they said? Hoo hoo, man, we still got them. And then when we ask them to come out to the rally, 5 or 10 people show up. Man, they just gonna sit back and just
No, like
do
you said,
everything.
during the rally, you're going to see above the building,
Yeah.
up in every window.
they're gonna be looking.
They're gonna be looking.
They're gonna be
They
looking.
watch
Oh,
us.
yeah.
Because I'll never forget the last rally that we had for our sister Sanifa.
Yeah.
Man, they were all in the
Huge.
right.
That was a huge.
That was a
Down
huge
in the
right.
parking lot across the street.
Right.
Yeah.
We shut down one of the
Shut
lanes.
down the whole
on
lane.
Avenue. There
Right,
was,
right.
Like multiple cop cars there.
Right.
Yeah. Every you know, labor manager and corporate person was just, you know, we would get word from people who'd go in the building and they'd pass by these guys and they'd say, man, it looks like they're, you know, quaking in their boots, man. They're just
Right.
like,
And that's what we want. You know, they sent me a letter last time. You know, they had some choice words for me. I'm quite sure tomorrow they'll probably send me another letter. But, you know, I don't care, man, because the members need to know we have their back. They need to know that we're going to fight for them no matter what. And this is what this is about. This is about fighting corporate greed. It's about fighting not just UPS, but every corporation who feel as though they can do these types of things and get away with it. This is for the non-union companies, the workers who get up, who just want to provide for their family. This is for that family, that community. That's what this rally is for, you know. And we need to send not just UPS again, but all of these corporations throughout the country that we're just not going to take it. Because right now, out on the West Coast, they're having a rally. I believe it's in San Francisco. And shout out to our brothers in the West Coast for fighting this as well. Ours is tomorrow, and then there's another rally. I think that's in Ontario, California, on the 28th. So the word is spreading, but we just got to get more and more locals involved, more and more leaders involved, because it's coming, man. UPS, man, they just do not care. So, Brother Boyd, what would you tell all your fellow part-timers, man, about this rally, man, and encourage them to come on out?
well, I tell them that, you know, I know you're mad about this issue. You know, you've been telling me about it. You've been concerned about it for a long time. And, you know, I've done everything I can to try to keep people informed about, you know, basically the history of it and how we can fight it. But, you know, I have people come up to me and say, well, you know, that's during our shift. You know, I don't know if I can do that, or, you know, do I need to call out or whatever. I'm like, look, there's just going to be certain issues that, like, you're not going to be able to ask permission from someone that you're in a conflict with to, you know, allow you to do something. You're just going to have to make a decision and do what you know is right, you know, and this is your opportunity. This specific event is your opportunity to make your voice heard on that and really help make an impact, because this is when we get the word out, and hopefully we pick up a lot of attention, and we get, you know, maybe some media coverage in the, you know, conventional media and everything else. So yeah, this is it. You know, make your voice heard.
Make your voice heard. And something that he said I agree with. You can't ask the people who are oppressing you for permission to fight. That doesn't even sound right.
Yeah, and that's what it is.
Right.
That's really what it is.
Right. Don't ask you. Did they ask you, or did they tell you that they were taking that money back? Don't give them any courtesy. They didn't give you any. You don't owe them nothing. And I'm going to tell you how UPS is going to spin this narrative. They do it all the time. Because media will be there, and I'm quite sure the media people, the reporters will ask a spokesman from UPS, and this is what they're going to say. The spokesman is going to say this. He's going to say the workers, the part-timers, are the highest paid in the industry, and they're the only part-timers who get pension contributions and health benefits. But what they're not going to tell you is, and this is the part they always leave off that explanation, they don't tell them that they work for that. They work hard for that. They come in and they get disrespected for that. They have to file grievances to get paid for that. All of these things they leave out because they want you to just focus on the fact that they pay your pensions and they pay these high wages. But we earn that. Every single day we earn that. Anthony earns his check. Ryan earns his check. UPS ain't giving these brothers nothing. Nothing. Coming in on your day off and your 6 punches and all this dumb stuff. Ever since the pandemic, UPS have just blown up with volume and profits. These brothers still come into work. All of our 623 members still come to work. And they earn every pension contribution. Every dollar in their wage they earn. And so for when UPS talks like, oh man, this, no, we earn it. We earn that. So our narrative is going to be this. And I hope they ask me or somebody, and this is what I'm going to tell them. We earn it. We work hard for it. And they should keep that wage. Because as the Carol Tomei said, they're already a year above, and not above, but a year before their profit mark. They already hit it. They already hit the profits for next year. And this was with paying people $2 more and $4 more.
All the MRAs in effect.
Right. So, and then you don't even tell them you're taking it. There's no respect, disregard for all about what our members do. And we're not going to take it anymore. We're going to keep on fighting this. Like Ryan said, we're looking at some other avenues on how we can fight it. We know the grievance procedure is kind of like dead in the water right now. But UPS has done some things and they have opened themselves up to some things that they shouldn't have done. And they violated our members on a much larger scale, where we just have to find a way to articulate that into a message where our members can get behind and we can win for them. That's what we're working on now. So, hopefully it can be done here very, very quickly. We'll talk more about that at the rally tomorrow. Again, it starts at 7:30 a.m. at 15 East Oregon Avenue. If you are a driver, come in a little earlier. If you are a preloader and you're getting off of work, come on out. If your shift not even running yet, the twilight and the midnight shift, come on out to 15 East Oregon Avenue at 7:30. Listen, I can't tell you to call out, but you need to be there. You have to be there. They need to see you there. They need to see that you're just not going to take it anymore. Because again, I keep going back to this. Next year is critical. And this could be a prequel to next year. Everybody standing on the side of the road. Because their profitability is dependent on us working. There is no profits without us. Zero profits if we don't work. If the 5,000 members here don't work, there is no profits. None. And they need to know that. They need to know that. They need to experience that. But the only way they're going to see that is if all of us come together. That's what this message is about. Working together, fighting together, winning together. That's how we do it.
The other thing I wanted to say about, the reason why I'm part-time and I have great medical care and a pension is because I'm in a union. That's the only reason, because our workforce is organized to create leverage to negotiate with our employer. And if I was just, Ryan Boyd, the individual, going to my employer saying, hey, I'd like a pension and, great health care, they'd laugh at me and tell me to, they'd show me the door. So when 4,000 members of, local 623 say, we want this, and if we don't get it, your whole operation shuts down, that's when, you're able to get their attention and they take you seriously.
Absolutely. And I got to throw this in for free. That airport building is vital. I'm talking about vital to their whole entire operation. There's a few buildings that if we shut them down, it cripples UPS's entire network. PHL, Philly, Worldport in Louisville, New York City, just by the vast majority of people up there, Chicago and Local 705 and cash operation. Then you have, I believe, one down south, that air hub, and then the one over in California. Just imagine if I know we can't do it, but just imagine right now, every member, every worker in those buildings, just say, man, you know what, man, I have had enough. I'm not gonna go in today. You will cripple their whole operation. Just imagine 2023, July 31st, and UPS is still acting like this, and all of us just stop. It's all over. It is all over for them.
That's catastrophic.
That's it.
For a corporation.
Right. It's over.
The ball is in our court.
It
We
is.
need to come together.
Yes. We have leverage. They're not going to tell you this, but they're gonna probably say, man, can you afford to go out on strike? They're going to try to tell you anything they can to try to discourage you from going on strike. They're going to talk about the money. They're going to talk about your benefits. They're going to talk about, we're going to have to lay off people. They're going to give you every excuse not to get involved in your union. Oh, man, them guys don't know what they're talking about, man. They don't know what they're doing. Can your family afford you not to work? This is why we're telling people to start saving money now. That's why we moved the money from one of our funds into our strike fund. That's why we did those things, because we need everybody to get involved in this and stand up to the company. That's why I asked these two brothers here, part-time and full-time, because I want to stop this whole division of full-time versus part-time. It's not full-time versus part-time. It's worker versus company. It's 623 versus UPS and Greyhound. That's what this is about. Again, I got to use this analogy again. All of us can be in here fighting. They win, because they're going to still make those profits. But we can't fight each other. We have to use that energy to fight the company. We have to.
I want to piggyback off of that. When you're saying the company did not let the members know that they were taking this away.
Right.
They let you know, the old message, don't shoot the messenger.
Right.
They want to divide us. They want everybody to be mad at you guys.
There you go.
And us. And well, why are they taking this away? Why, it's your fault. No, we're coming together. We're fighting for this.
And you're right. You're absolutely right. Their goal, as always, is to get the members mad at the officials.
Yes.
Because while we're fighting, they're still making the profits. Man, I cannot believe they got my truck loaded down. What is the union doing about it? No. Did you put agreements in? Did you do that so we can come down there and fight? Oh man, they did this to me today. Oh, did you let us know? The first thing they do is put the blame on the official,
Yes,
instead of the company. And they do that all the time, like you just said. When they took those MRA rates, I got a message right away. Hooker, why is the union letting this happen? Why is it? You don't remember us out there fighting for this? We took this to battle, but that's what they want. That's what they want. But we bringing the fight to them. We bringing the fight to them. They're going to see it tomorrow. Are they going to see it tomorrow? I'm telling you, it's going to be a lot of people. It's going to be a lot of screaming. We got some great speakers. And the company's going to have to answer for something else. And I need everybody, because I'm not going to tell it on this format. You guys are going to have to wait until tomorrow. They're going to have to answer. And we got the people out there who they're going to have to answer to. So it's going to be very interesting. And I got to say this. I'm glad I got you guys here, the stewards. As of tomorrow, be ready for war. Be ready. If you cannot come to work, make sure you pick up the phone and call. All my drivers, I need you to follow every method, all 340 of them. They're going to try their best. They're not going to take what happened tomorrow and not try to come back on us. I'm telling you, they do it every time. The Sanifa thing, man, they were all upset and they got in their feelings. This one here is going to be probably where it's going to be bigger because it affects more people. So I'm telling you, all my shop stewards watching this, I see Shakes watching. I got 2 of them here. Tell everybody in your shop. We're going to be putting it out there. Follow the methods. Work safe. If you can't make it to work, please call. Don't do anything out of the ordinary. Whatever they ask you to do, no matter how crazy it is, follow their directions. As long as it's not unsafe, follow their directions, because they are not going to take this sitting down. I'm telling you, they're going to try to come at us with guns a-blazing. And so we got to be prepared. It's my job to make sure you guys get that message, because one of the things that really did concern me, especially when we got elected, is how far could I go without having the membership suffer because I want to be more aggressive and all this kind of thing. And I still struggle with that sometimes, because I don't want Civillo to get burned because Hooker done chopped up Kim Ustrek. I done chopped up, I done did this, I done did that. I don't want that to happen. But I can't be handicapped by that either. You know what I'm saying? So it's a line that I walk very, very delicately. But that's why we tell our people, if you come to work every day, there's nothing they can do. If you follow the methods, there's nothing they can do. Nothing. I know it gets frustrating, but there is nothing they can do if you follow their instructions and their methods. Nothing they can do. So, again, after tomorrow, they're going to be in their bag. They're going to be upset. They're going to be mad. I'm quite sure they're going to be calling me all kind of names. But that's fine. I've been called all kind of names before.
Yeah, if you're having any issues or you anticipate any kind of problem, just get with your steward,
Yes.
let them know. There's oftentimes many things we can do to protect ourselves if we feel like, we might be subject to some kind of scrutiny or something like that. If your steward can't help you, reach out to your BA.
Yes.
This is something that came up at the union meeting where, there was some criticism aimed at the stewards and
Right.
basically, the answer was if your steward's not doing what you need them to do for you, reach out to your BA. The BAs are like on call 24/7,
Yeah, absolutely.
and they manage the steward. So, there's channels that you can follow or to reach out to people, for help. So just keep that in mind going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. Always reach out to us. Whatever problem you may have, reach out to us. And so we're going to get ready and close up shop here. So in closing remarks, what you guys want to say to our listeners, our viewers, and to our members?
I hope to see many familiar faces out there tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to being out there with many other faces at Oregon Avenue that I don't normally see. Like I said, this is a unique opportunity to create leverage and get some movement on an issue that we haven't been able to do through the legal channels. So that means, when you think about what your union is, it's not just the 7 people on your executive board or your officers or your BAs or whatever. It's really and this was true before unions had legal status in this country, unions really were effective when people were united in the workplace. They took workplace actions, they struck, they did demonstrations. This is going back to our roots, and they were some of the most effective, periods in labor history. So just think about that as you, participate in this stuff, that you're a part of this long tradition and this long, proud history.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I want all my drivers to know that this is very important for us to show our part-time brothers and sisters that we stand with them. I would like to see as many drivers out there as possible. We stand with our brothers and sisters. We need the help. This is our fight too.
Absolutely. And I want to thank you two gentlemen, my brothers in arms, for, agreeing to do this. I know sometimes getting on social media, you get a little nervous sometimes, but we have to use all of our channels to get the message out. Whatever the case may be, we need to get our members involved in this fight. So tomorrow, 7:30 a.m., 15 East Oregon Avenue. I need everybody to come out, show your support. Also, February the 27th, which is Sunday, we're having our first Generation 623 gathering, the Madden tournament. We got some other guests that called me last night. They may be coming to participate in this. It's just a lot of great things going on right now in 623, and we need everybody to be involved in them. This is your local. You have to participate. You can't say that we don't care. You can't say that we don't, create activities for our members to get involved, because we do. And we need you guys to exercise in these activities, in these demonstrations, to show the company that we mean business. Next year is not far away. It'll be March next week. March 2023. Everybody knows what's going on. We need to send them a message that if they don't do the right thing, 2023, July 31st, it's going to be everybody and not just 623. So we're going to get out of here. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys. Shout out to my brothers, Anthony Cervillo and Ryan Boyd. Appreciate you guys for everything that you guys do as stewards for the local. Man, you guys do a phenomenal job. Phenomenal. We appreciate it. You guys are the first line of defense, and you make our jobs a lot easier. And I want to thank you guys for that, both of you guys.
Oh, thank
Just
you.
the entire stewardship, man. You guys are rocking and rolling. We for the last 2 years, we have set so many records and made so much history based on the work that you guys do.
Just shows the grievance process works.
It works. It works. It works. And I thank you guys for that. So again, we're going to get out of here. See you guys tomorrow. God bless. Bring your horns, bring your signs, bring your kids, bring everybody. All right? So we'll see you guys tomorrow. And don't forget, your voice matters, your participation matters, and you matter. All right? 623, we out.